Martian.
So today we talk about the son of dark side, Orion, Orion. I don't know. You tell me. I know a lot of people would expect the son of dark side to be another mad tyrant bent on turning the universe to his bitch. I mean, his name is literally the dog of war. But Orion, is way different. As a younger god, he was exchanged with Mr. Miracle as an effort towards peace between Apocalypse and New Genesis. Um, just for a little bit of context, Apocalypse is the world where Darkseid resides in. It was actually created by his father. And New Genesis is the home of the new gods, such as High Father, Mr. Miracle, Becca, and all the rest. Hence, he was raised by High Father, since he was exchanged with Mr. Miracle and was taught good, like he was taught to be good and everything. Eventually, he became the most powerful being both sides knew. He was kind of the most powerful, I mean, for a long time. Growing up wasn't easy for Orion. Imagine having a father, right, who was always angry and drunk and shit. Just imagine living in a place where everything is naturally rotten. Your behavior patterns would be more like you're the product of your environment, right? So your behavior patterns would be like that. Then now, picture this. Imagine getting adopted by a better father and moving to a better place, moving to a better neighborhood. Changing won't be easy for you as um you were already raised by your previous environment, right? It's already in your bones. So changing won't be easy for you. Even if you want to change, it won't be so easy for you. But eventually you'd have no choice but to change. Anyway, back to the main story. Um Orion ended up he grew up with friends. He grew up making friends with the new gods, particularly Light Ray. He married Becca. Becca became his wife. And this is where things start to pop off. He then went to Apocalypse and he decided it was time to have revenge on Darkseid, to slap the living shit out of, and he did it. He beat Darkseid, he beat the living shit out of him for maltreating him over the years, and then he became the new ruler of Apocalypse. It wasn't too long later that he started having visions and nightmares of dead people, and then he went to confront Darkseid's right hand man, the Sad. I mean, if you've watched Snyder's Cut, I think you should have um a picture of who the Sad is. The Sad is he's just like the mad scientist that Darkseid has. He does his most of the smart stuff. The Sad handles it, the research making and all that. The Sad handles all of that. So he decides to go meet the Sad and confront him about the issue or whatever. And then he then realized he had obtained the Jordan Retro 4 limited edition version of the anti-life equation. He obtained the anti-life equation. I mean, this is actually a huge deal because at this point, Darkseid had not achieved or found the anti-life equation. Even in books later, I mean, it was not until Death of the New Gods before he even achieved half of the anti-life equation. So this is actually a pretty big deal. So once he got the anti-life, there was something I quickly noticed. Usually with the anti-life equation, Darkseid only causes grief, pain, suffering, and all that. And Orion kind of changed that, right? One thing to note with the anti-life is that every being on Apocalypse, in fact, every new god is under your control. Anything you say becomes their bidding. Anything you wish becomes their bidding, right? And this applies to every single one of the new gods on Apocalypse and New Genesis. There's also the life equation, which is the opposite of this, but it also has it controls all life, literally all life. But that's not for now. So he then went to the Sad and make him undo his wrongs, right? He made him undo a lot of bad. I told you he's the mad scientist of Darkseid, so you can imagine what Darkseid has made him do. He made him undo all that shit. He went to Granny Goodness. She One thing about her is she torments kids, right? along with like robots she created, she torments a lot of children on Apocalypse and New Genesis. Now, this Apocalypse and New Genesis, people actually live there. Not just the new gods and all those people. There are actual people, alien life that actually live there. So on Apocalypse is like living in hell. New Genesis is more like it's more like heaven, right? I'm trying to think of someone on the wall to use and describe it. Like living in Apocalypse is like a scorching desert with limited chances of survival, while living in New Genesis is like living in a utopia of good things, right? So that's how Apocalypse and New Genesis is anyway. So Granny Goodness tortures kids on Apocalypse. I don't know. She kind of finds joy in that. I don't know for her. He then went to Earth and started creating, and he started creating intergalactic peace, right, with Earth, because Earth didn't have good relationship with Apocalypse prior to this. But this was short-lived. This was very short-lived. I mean, as Orion was later forced to give up the power of the anti-life equation and decided it was for the best, because his use of this power violated the principles of free will, and he basically became a hypocrite. I mean, he killed Darkseid because of this, right? He killed Darkseid because he was controlling everyone, and all that. He was seen as a tyrant. Now it was kind of tyranny. I mean, the person who explained this to him was Death Racer, and the Death Racer. Oh God, there's a lot to talk about. The Death Racer he's the one who comes for the he's the Death Reaper. He's the Reaper for new gods when they die. But he came to tell Orion all this because I don't know. He just came to let Orion know all this, and he then realized after this that Darkseid lost to him. The fight they had before, Darkseid lost to him on purpose because he wanted Orion to see the power of the anti-life and what it could do. He wanted his son to see how powerful the anti-life is, so he lost the battle on purpose. So I'm going to be bringing this video to an end. It's going to be a two-part series. I'm going to be releasing the next part in a few days, perhaps. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about the death of the new gods, how they started dying and everything. If you're new here, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification bell so you don't miss out when I upload. I'll still be doing more videos. I'll try to be improving the quality and all that. So please stick around. If you enjoyed the video, do leave a nice comment, like another video you want me to do. I'll really appreciate that. And thanks for watching the video.